Shaboons Michael.
And I'm T-Ray Tombstone.
And welcome to
Going Down on Your Bitches Right.
Today we talking about cunnilingus on your bitches.
Practice on the beach. Take a picture practice. Practice on the beach. Take a picture practice.
I'm keeping this in.
Hey, how you like your PJs, dog?
I like them all the time. Goddamn right.
Shut the fuck up. What's happening, everybody? I'm Winston A. Marshall, the Swaggy Blerd.
I'm your resident supervillain, Mr. J. Washington.
This is the episode 10 review?
Yeah, season 2, episode 10 of Titans of the DC Universe.
Yeah. Called, what was it called?
Falling.
Yes.
I'm falling. Baby, I'm selfish. I'll do myself, I can't help.
Oh, I was thinking, I keep on falling in and out
of love with you. I never felt someone.
No.
I'm
No.
loving you. Oh, never felt this way. How do you give me so much pleasure?
It caused me so much
pain. When I break homes. Yeah, you go continue with me. She breaks home. She's a home wrecker.
Oh shit! I was like, nigga, that's not the worst. But I was like, oh no. Yeah, no, I'm very aware. I'm aware that she came up and stole Swiss Beats away, lying with the top down and a jewelry on.
Hey man, shout out to Mashonda.
She's getting her dick on. Nigga, you put that song before?
Yeah, I know.
That's Alicia Keys. That's how you used to sing it.
I know, but just shouts out to Mashonda, man, who's Swiss Beats ex. We don't talk about no more, man. You still in our thoughts and prayers to Mashonda.
You got Swiss's kids?
Yeah, no. Well, do Swiss have kids with her?
Yes, that was the whole point. That was a problem.
I just thought they were just a husband and wife.
To my knowledge, they had 2 babies.
Oh, so Swiss
and
Beats
Alicia,
had those Swiss. He let that swizzle. Like, remember back in the 90s, you knew all Swiss Beats because they sound the fucking same. Anyway, why do we...
And I know...
Alright, okay. So, as you know, in episode 9, I had to review it by myself because somebody had to move. Like, he was being evicted by life.
What? Don't do that. Don't put out there and make them think I'm irresponsible.
Also, I want to make sure the record shows that I have a T-shirt on. Okay, he has on a coat with a German Shepherd collar and a skull cap. Nigga, like it's cold.
I mean, it was when I left this morning. That's how LA is.
It is not cold out here.
Nigga, do I have on a goddamn winter coat? No.
Get on that Sherpa jacket.
So you're telling me that you would wear this in Chicago in the Chicago weather and be fine?
Yes.
This would be enough.
With a scarf and a hat.
That's exactly what I'm fucking saying.
We're in Chicago with it, but nigga, you're here in Los Angeles.
When I left this
morning, so the episode starts out. We got the fallout from everybody breaking off in the Titans, you know what I'm saying? All the shit that it went wrong. And you got Connor out here in these streets with Crypto. And Crypto looking like, my nigga, what we gonna do? Like, and then Connor sees the newspaper, sees he's wanted, and he's trying to get Crypto to leave. Crypto like, hey, bro, we ride or die. Bad boys for life. We stick together. You know what I'm saying? We roll thick and thin.
What's funny is he started yelling at Crypto, and I kept thinking to myself,
Crypto gonna bite the shit out.
I was like, you do understand Crypto is just as strong as your bitch ass. So if it really came down to it, he could scrap with you. You know what I'm saying?
Can you imagine Crypto jump up on 2 legs like, what you want to do,
Come on, nigga.
What's up,
Come on, nigga.
Crypto is like, come on, Richard.
Dude, well, fuck. You remember Scary Movie 2 when she fought the cat?
What she called the cat was like,
and so she didn't do the $1 million baby, all of a sudden, and just like a fucking furry ass paw.
But you saw the cat go. So, but he tells Crypto, leave, you made you money. Crypto was like, all right, fam, fuck you, I'm gone. And then he leaves. And this is how, first of all, why are we not giving the dog more credit than what he deserves? Not only does Crypto later whoop the hell out of some guards, that's Mercy Gray's guard, Crypto knows how to ring the doorbell to let guard know I'm at the door. Like,
and that was up here talking about,
he like, because guard like, who is it? Crypto like, hey, me. It's like guards like, the fuck. Here's the problem. Everybody's calling Dick's phone, and it's just going straight to voicemail. Now, here's my...
Because the nigga's in jail. Nobody understands he sent himself to jail.
Also, did you see what they slapped him with? The most easiest white boy fine ever. Like his
7 years for assaulting a
federal officer. 7
But I think the reason why I'm going to go
because he's a cop.
yeah.
Because it's because he's a cop.
On a limb, it's because he's a former.
It's because he's a cop. Yeah, that's exactly why. I mean, we know that because even when he gets sent to jail, the guards are like, "We got your back," and they figure it literally. They're also figuring he's in there for something else. They're like he's working on something. Like he can't just be here to be here.
Right.
And so here's my issue I'm having with this episode in general, and now with this season. And I've been giving it a lot of 4s, a lot of 4.5s, and even a couple 5s. It seems as if we're episode 10 of 16 episodes. 15, excuse me. We don't need all these exposition episodes.
No, we don't.
And that's all this entire episode is. It's an exposition episode. And it's about how basically it's going to show you two things. It's showing how Robin officially becomes Nightwing, where the inspiration from that comes from. And also, when Gar gets kidnapped by Cadmus, how he ends up learning how to turn into different animals.
Is that what we're essentially
implying? I think that's where we're going.
Because the only thing about it is kind of weird. Remember, he already turned into a snake.
Well, again, we act, but the thing is, and I brought this up before, and I think we talked about it, like, he never references that. Remember, he told Connor, I can turn into a tiger, not I can turn into different animals.
Right.
And so I think that's what, I understand the world building. I get that, but I think we're taking too long.
But see, here's the problem, though. There's a difference. Like, I hate to always jump back to Doom Patrol, but like there was never an episode of just straight exposition with the exception of, let me tell you why I became Mr. Nobody type situation. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But there was never an episode where we're in the present and the story did not move forward you know what I'm saying?
Even with the episode when we were in Jane's head.
We still we're still moving forward. And so the issue that I'm finding with this season as well, like you said, this has become a full exposition episode. So we're not really moving the plot forward. It's just everything kind of stood still. And the only thing we got is like what Starfire, Nightfire wants Starfire to come rule with her, but we're sure it's probably a trick.
That was in last episode, though.
Was that?
Yeah.
Was she not in this at all?
No.
Okay.
This entire episode is predicated on Rachel meeting the other girl in the shelter, and her evil inside, her energy, which by the way was the dopest shit ever.
Possessing the
gargoyle. The energy was like, "Don't worry, I got this." And dude was like, I ran. I was free. Can you imagine your last thought? You already thought you were going to die from some supernatural goth chick in the alley. You don't die that way. You escape. Only to have a gargoyle.
Like 2 minutes later or less come kill you. Yeah.
In broad daylight.
Yeah.
Not like Disney's gargoyles where they could only come out at night. A gargoyle kills you. So you have that. You now have everybody calling Dick because you have Donna doing it, trying to figure out what's going on with Rachel. You got Gar calling. Rachel even at a point is trying to call. So it's weird because we go from one moment, nobody needs him, nobody cares in the previous episode, to now everybody needs him. But I need to know, how do you get out of this? Because also we see Nightwing eventually is responsible for 2 prisoners escaping prison. And on top of that, assaulting guards. And so
my guess is, honestly,
some Bruce Wayne stuff.
Bruce Wayne, Commissioner Gordon shit.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the only way. Because at this rate, he should never get out of jail.
No,
he should, after what he did.
That would amplify his sentence to life.
To life.
If I'm not mistaken, not assaulting guards would give you like another 10 or something years. But every guard he hit.
Yeah.
But then aiding the escape of 2 felons. Oh, dude.
He would never get out of jail for life. So I mean, I get the small things, because even when he kept saying I can't remember the prisoner who was his cellmate was like Azul, what his name was. It basically translates to like Blue Wings, Blue Knight, something like that, is gonna help us. And of course, Dick becomes that dude without being it. But all of this is built up to show how Robin becomes Night. I've said this from jump. This entire show is how Robin becomes Nightwing.
Sure.
The entire show. It's not about... I read an article that said this is not about the Titans. And it's now getting to the point. No, I was hoping for more. Like, I get when you had to set up why we announced Aqualad but don't have Aqualad. I'm fine with that. I get when you got to set up about Connor, how he comes to be. I'm fine with that.
I think the thing that I've kind of taken away from this show is that, I've enjoyed this season more than I did the first one, but it feels like it's just structurally a mess, honestly, without really going at it. It's just I feel very pushed and pulled a lot. So the simple fact that we started off the season being like, this is a season finale, this is not a season premiere, and then we've kind of had this back and forth between. I don't have a problem with the flashback episode. Like once. We've done like 3. So unless you're doing some shit kind of like Arrow where you're establishing, hey, one episode in the present, one episode in the past, like it's
but they're symbiotic. The reason it's happening,
right? But this is not what's happening. They're just randomly all of a sudden it's like, and now let me tell you about how I killed a man. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then we go back and talk about Jericho, and then it's like,
I feel like when he said that, we should all have a cigar and a shot and a thing of scotch. I'll tell you about the time I took a man's life.
Yeah. Anyway, so. What other stuff do we have in the episode?
Have you ever watched a man die while sipping cognac?
See, this is why you can't get him started on fucking anything. All right, so we have the fact that when he's in jail...
Grand Marnier for when you want to end someone's life essence.
What? You're going to take literally, like, orange liqueur as a means to just sip on? You put Grand Marnier on top of shit. You don't just drink that by itself.
They promoted it like you just drink it when it first came out.
Well, the only thing that works every time is Colt
45. All of that was to get to this terrible Billy D. Williams impression.
Oh, you missed it. I had to do... It was Arnold as Han Solo talking to Obama as Lando.
For what?
On SEN. Somebody in the super chat requested that. So it was Han and Lando talking to each other, played by, instead of Harrison Ford and Billy D. Williams, by Arnold Schwarzenegger and Obama. It's wild, man. It's wild.
Okay. Anyway. Yeah, so I don't know, because at the end of the day, we're doing all of this to build up to have, what is it, 7, 8, 9 of them? Let me see. You got Dick, Hawk and Dove.
Hawk and Dove, Raven, Gar, Dick, Robin, Rose,
Starfire,
Superboy, Crypto.
So 10 of them to beat Deathstroke,
and maybe Jericho. Well, there's a rumor that he's not dead.
Yeah. So between 9 to 10 people at the humans to beat Deathstroke, because that's what this is. And the problem is, at this rate, if we don't pick up more steam, then the season finale of season 2 will be similar to what the season finale of season 1 was. You get what I'm saying?
It'll be pretty simple. The season finale of season 2 will actually start at the beginning of season 3.
Yeah, it won't make any sense. I want this show to be better. I'm glad they light it better. I'm so happy for that, because we can see Starfire. Yes, there's this thing.
I'm of the mindset to Hollywood. I understand we can't all afford to hire the same people, but if you're gonna have black people in your show, which you should, please keep including black people in all your shows.
Have someone who understands lighting of black people.
Specifically, if you need an example, just watch one episode of Insecure and tell your fucking grips and all that to go do that, because that is one of the things that I love about that show. I know that's not what this review is about, but what I will just give credit to that is the simple fact that they straight up were like, we got black people of all different shades, so they need to be lit differently, and they figure out how to do it.
They find that one light that balances everybody.
So the same way that there's now a big push for studios for shows to provide hairstylists for black people that can actually do their hair, which is sad that we have to ask for this in the first place.
And makeup, because I know so many women who have to bring their own makeup to set.
Well, a lot of
and their own hairstyles as well.
It's worse for black women than black men.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah,
because black men, we have that issue of like, we either need to go, we're like, we don't trust the barber there, so we have to go get a haircut before and hope that we can get a reimbursement from the studio.
Yeah, like, these things all apply to you. Like, what does this apply to the show? Last season was super just dark. I understand the dark tone of the show.
But you still can light someone.
You can light people. I don't need to have to turn the brightness on my television to 9,000. And
I don't need this to be the Game of Thrones battle of the longest night, man. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm sitting there like, I think that's somebody dying. But overall.
Is that the Night King? I can't tell.
It just looked like the gray dude.
Damn, did our dragon just get bit by a dragon? Like, what happened? I don't...
Somebody just looks sick. He just looks sick. But overall, I mean, now, like I said, the whole Connor, now he's in stasis. And, I'm sorry. I know somebody's going to bring it up. I don't understand what the point was
Of
Mercy Graves' backstory, her relationship, her family dynamic.
Oh, that was supposed to be your wife, right?
Yeah. I don't get it.
How did they end up? Were they divorced and each had an individual kid? Or
I don't. That's what I'm saying. I don't get that because it was like it's thrown in there. She could be with the family. That's fine.
But I need a reason why it's important.
I need a reason for that. And
I agree.
Like her, we understand the relationship. If you know the comics with her brother Otis and her, that's a whole different thing. Right. But you just shoehorned this in here. And it's just like, we need this. And it's like...
I'm of the mindset that if you're going to introduce an element into an episode, you need to pretend like the episode is... And I feel like I know that... Because I don't know how hands-on Greg is with this show. Because I know...
I don't think he's super hands-on with it.
I think he might be like a non-writing EP on it. And so that being said... One of the things that he's very good at, if he's going to show you something at the beginning of the episode, by the end of the episode, you'll know why it was important.
This was irrelevant.
The family was completely irrelevant.
It was irrelevant. It was pointless. You could have to have the way the discussion was going, as if there was tension and all this other stuff.
Maybe I guess it was to show that she's human, or maybe because if you notice, she was kind of beta to her family when they were arguing about whatever the fuck they were arguing about. But the minute they were like, "We found subject 13," she's like, "Fuck it,
changed
trip over," and all of a sudden she went alpha. I mean, I guess maybe if that's what you're trying to do, but again, that kind of seems pointless.
Yeah, I didn't get that. I mean, like I said, I don't care how you show the relationship, but make sure it has a point. You're building a story. There has to be something unique to this. Mercy Graves, all we know is she's a badass. That's how she's been depicted since she came into this show. And now you give us this family element, and we see it, but it doesn't play.
I feel like the only reason that would be potentially poignant is if maybe Connor kills them.
Also, I need to understand what was the point of bringing up Niles Calder and everything, like you were going back to the house. And I still am confused on this because...
They brought up Niles?
Yes. Even in the...
a flashback, right?
No. In the previously on, first of all, they went back to season 1, episode 4, the Doom Patrol episode.
Right.
But then, Mercy Graves, when Gar's in Cadmus, tells him, we can do and help you out more than Niles Calder did. Excuse me.
I think maybe that's why they did the previous... is just to let him know
who Niles Calder. Mm-hmm. But also, again, here's my confusion, and I don't know if I'm not the only one because we don't know the full time set. You have 2 Niles Calders. You have the Doom Patrol's Niles Calder and Timothy Dalton, and you have the one who played it in Titans. And I cannot remember his name.
That explains why I was so confused. I was like, nigga, you don't. Mm-hmm. Who are you? That makes sense. Mm-hmm. I get it. Oh, wow. I was like, you look familiar, but this looks wrong. I don't know what's wrong. Like,
yes, two different Niles Calders.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yep.
Did they ever explain that or no?
Nope.
That would have been super easy to just be like, Mr. Nobody fucked with his appearance. That could have been a super easy...
Very easy fix. Because they are connected, as we clearly see. Mm-hmm. I mean, but it is what it is. But on a scale of 1 to 5, I give this episode a 3.5. I gave you all my reasons earlier. I feel like we're doing too much exposition to be in episode 10.
Yeah, man. I would probably give it a 2.75. I don't want to give it a 3 because I don't think it was like average. I think it was below, but it wasn't so bad because there was some cool action sequences. The invasion of the tower and watching the 3 of them like do work, especially like Beast Boy. I kept being like, why is Beast Boy learning martial arts? It was cool to see him kick ass, but I still think he needs to be able to turn the
Also, can we look at some point? Somebody got to realize Beast Boy having to get butt ass naked to change, as weird as it sounds, is a hindrance to the team.
What do you mean?
He has to take his clothes off.
Well, true. The time it takes him to do that.
Yeah.
I would say just bust out of the clothes and go.
Just bust out the clothes.
Yeah. Maybe it's so that he has something to wear when it's but
Bruce Banner never gave a fuck.
Well, I mean, that was always different because by that point, the minute you've pissed him off, it's too late. He's not like, hold on, let me take these motherfucking pants off.
Put on shit. Stretchy pants. Fucking I bet you gonna run my blood pressure.
Oh, you done pissed me off. Now I'm gonna take this
Hold on, bitch.
Hold my motherfucking earrings.
Bitch, this is Givenchy. Bitch, you not finna fuck up my Givenchy.
You know how much I paid for this Kanye t-shirt?
Oh, bitch, these are the new Yeezys. You not finna have me bust out these. But we want to know what you think about the episode in the comments below. So like, subscribe, click on that notification bell. Was this a good episode to you? Are you liking where it's going? Are you kind of hesitant on it? I'd like to say also thank you to everybody who commented on last week. Some people who said that the episodes are better without Winston. I was like, wow. There's a comment that said, there's a comment that's like, look, I think he holds
you. Who is this bitch? Go ahead and finish it up. I'm going to find out who it is so I can talk shit to him before we get out this hoe. Go ahead.
I can do this myself. I don't mind doing it myself, but I like having Winston around. Now, if Winston was able to record the Bad Titan podcast with me because I got to do that bitch by myself because I have to play catch up, that's a whole nother ball game.
I mean, we can talk about that. That's fine. Go ahead. I'm not listening to you. I'm going to keep talking, nigga.
Follow me on Twitter and
Instagram. You know how to find me. I'll do it first so you can finish. The Swaggy Blerd, THESWAGGYBLERD. Go ahead.
I'd be on Twitter, Instagram at Mr. J Washington, MRJAY. You start to spell Washington. I'm sorry for what's about to happen. I'm sorry. Make sure you join my Supervillain Squad on Patreon. I'm so apologetic. Patreon.com/Mr.
Your
J.
best bet. Who is this nigga? You know who that is?
Nope. So I'm sorry for whoever finna catch these words.
With your Steve Harvey looking ass little emoji, whatever the fuck this is, nigga. I see you. I'm calling you out, best bet. What's up, nigga? Sup? Mr. No offense. Well, nigga, you offended me. I'm gonna tell you right now. This is why I'm not supposed to look at goddamn comments. This is upsetting.
Check out the Mad Titan podcast. It's where you get all your stuff that I get you caught up on Marvel and DC actions in the live universes and whatnot. I was gonna have to clutch my pearls because he's gonna snap on folk, and I know that's not normal.
I'm probably just, just gonna blow all this bitch up. Just blow it up. Just blow it all up. Just blow it up. I'm just gonna kill everything. I'm about to go off on this nigga like niggas went off on other niggas for that chicken sandwich. I'm gonna tell you right now.
First of all, well, you gonna kill everybody.
Just fuck it.
Nigga, I have a future.
Do you?
Yeah.
Not now. Not now. You don't. You can thank my best bet for that. You ain't got no future no more. Everybody dead. You better call for Nightwing, nigga. You better hope he comes save your ass, cause
I was gonna say I'm not gonna call for Dick. I'm not calling for Dick. I'm not
call for Dick. Oh God.
Bye.